Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare together. Everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gently open your eyes. Thank you everyone for coming on time. Another beautiful day today, another Saturday. So ISKCON Whitefield invites you, everyone, for the festival of Enlightenment, which goes on every Saturday evenings. So before starting, so let's chant some auspicious prayers. So I'll chant, you can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतां परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यं। Hare Krishna. So we are reading the wonderful book, the magical book of life, that is Bhagavad Gita. So the meaning of Bhagavad Gita is, Gita means song. Bhagavan means God. So the song sung by God is known as Bhagavad Gita. A few months before, I think 3-4 months before, so with all our your senior batch, so we have been to one orphanage home. So it's in Sarjapur Road. So we have been there and we distributed a free prasadam for all the children over there. And the person who was taking charge of that Thai money, that orphanage home. So we were discussing. So he was telling very nicely this. All Muslims know Quran. All Christians know Bible. But no Hindu knows Bhagavad Gita. I told, yeah, I accept with you. So it is the truth. No one knows Bhagavad Gita. Maybe here and there we shlokas, maybe here and there we see some serial Mahabharata, vagera. From there we'll get to a little bit of knowledge. But actual Bhagavad Gita, how to use in our practical life, that no one knows. And that is what we will be saying in these sessions or Festival of Enlightenment programs every Saturday. So this person is Srila Prabhupada, you can see in the order here. So Srila Prabhupada, because of whom the Bhagavad Gita, which was in the borders of India, came out all over the world. So within the span of 12 years, whether you believe it or not, this personality at the age of 70 left Vrindavan and spread this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. He built 108 temples, which we cannot even imagine. Those who are working, you can just think of. You're working so much and you try your best to get promotion or higher. Yes or no? Maybe the company owners, they think how to expand this movement or how to expand the company. Yes or no? But this person, at the age of 70, he made 108 temples. So to make one company into different expansions, it will be very difficult. Yes or no? And those who are working or managerial positions, you can understand how difficult it is. And this person taking this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. In India, at least we know what is Bhagavad Gita, who is Krishna and all. But in the foreign countries, especially in the West, UK, America, people don't know who is Krishna, don't know what is Bhagavad Gita, don't know who is Arjuna. In that places, this personality went and spread this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And many foreigners who were drug addicts, women monglers, meat eaters, all of them became devotees of the Lord and practicing bhakti very nicely. And many of them became sannyasis as well. And they are coming to India teaching us how to use Bhagavad Gita in our life. Where was Bhagavad Gita born? India. And who are teaching us? Westerners. So shouldn't we feel any shame on us? Yes or no? So it is the right thing for us, at least now, to take this opportunity, read Bhagavad Gita, understand Bhagavad Gita, implement it in our life, and spread this knowledge, those who don't know. Yes or no? So with this, we'll start today's topic, that is dealing with adverse situations. So basically we are talking about the law of karma. Everyone heard about this, at least karma, in your homes, grandparents, whatever. So after hearing these sessions, so I can assure you that every one of you, so whatever questions are there in your life, you can answer by your own self and be stable all the time. So that is what the meaning is, dealing with adverse situations. Even something bad happens in our life, how to be stable. And we see many people, so I'm just 24, I can see many seniors to me who are at the ages of 60, 70. So they are practicing Bhagavad Gita, mantra meditation, which we're going to do after some time. So practicing this Bhagavad Gita, so many people, whatever adverse situations they come in their life, they're happy and safe. They're not at all disturbed. But in this present situation, what happens? If you go to office, if any person says something to us, we'll be very angry on that person. Isn't it so? Suppose you are going for an interview and your friend says, Acha, what dress are you wearing? Don't you feel any shame on you? How do you feel? You tell me. Yes or no? So basically we are giving our remote to someone else. So I can operate my remote to this TV. So similarly we gave our life to someone else. So should someone say that, who are you and what are you? Don't we know who we are? Yes or no? So by dealing with the situations and reading Bhagavad Gita, going deep in the spiritual life, the reward comes back to ourselves. And we can operate our own life without depending on others. Understanding? So let's go. So there are few situations or positions I will show you. So there are someone who are born rich, filthy rich, with the birth itself. And some are very poor, very, very poor. And some are strong, some are weak, some are beautiful, some are ugly. There are many wonderful photos which I want to clip, but still I am not keeping. And some are with full of vegetables or whatever, food items. And some don't get even a morsel of food. Some got very nice education, all of you are educated people. And some people don't give even basic needs. And some are fair and cute, and some are dark. Some live in mansions, or bungalow, or palaces, whatever you call them. And some are live in huts. Some are blind by birth. Some are male. Some are very nice in their education, very intelligent. So you see various children, right, who with the birth itself, they got very number of slokas, very intelligent. Their memory is very sharp. So we have our children, devotees children. So I think 1 or 2 years back. So one small child came. He's a devotee with the community connected. So two child the parents have, and one of the small child. I think his age is maybe 7 or 8 years. So he was coming and quoting slokas from 50 chapter Bhagavad Gita. Fata 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 fata. I was shocked, very Papa, how it is possible. I don't even English sloka now. So this is how people are born with the proper intelligent memory power by birth, and some are very good at talented any instruments, whatever. So now question is, why is this difference is happening? Why is such a long diversity in our life? What is the reason? How can we justify this? If God exists, why all these things are happening? If really God exists, yes or no? Various questions are there in our mind, definitely. So all these questions will be clarified today, after the seeing the session. So why do bad things happen to good people? So basically we are entering the chapter called Karma, the law of action and reaction. So I will now show you a video. So see it. Very nice, very beautiful. So after watching this video, you please give your the definitions of karma. Yes.
Whatever we do, it will come back.
Yes. Whatever we do, it come back. Yes. Any other definitions?
Reaction equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, you are a student. I understood. So Newton's third law. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Yes. Any other definitions? So I got a very wonderful definition for karma. Karma has no menu. You get served what you deserve. So people, there are many atheists also who don't believe in scriptures. But one concept they believe, that is karma. So once what happened, we do generally book distribution in a rapid way in the month of December. So last year, it so happened that one of our devotees distributing the book. And he was telling this Bhagavad Gita, you please take it, read book, it will be very nice. And the person is saying, no, I am an atheist, I don't believe this. And our devotee asked, do you believe in karma? Yeah, that I will believe. Kya baat hai? So this. So this is called Artha Kutinya Nyaya. So I believe in something, I don't believe in something. So this is not proper. So if you believe in one part of the Shastra, you have to believe every part. Isn't it so? One part I believe, one part I don't believe. It is just like if you take a bird, like a hen. So people say, so back side of part is very productive because I am getting egg, and front part is not productive, let me cut it. Is it proper? No. So this Artha Kutinya Nyaya don't apply in the scriptures. So since it is directly coming from the God scriptures, we have to accept each and everything what is given. Yes or no? So this will see karma in depth in this future, this thing. Bhagavad Gita. What Bhagavad Gita tells about this particular karma. So there are few tenets of karma. So what basically is objects. What are the objects of karma? So every action has equal and opposite reaction, like someone of you told. Newton's third law. And responsibility comes when intelligence is developed. So what is this developed intelligence? So animals also have intelligence, but humans have a higher intelligence. So that is why we got some responsibility. So we'll see in the future slides. Next, human life is like a junction where we can go up or down. What is up, what is down? Let's see. So before going into this thing, let's understand there are different types of karma. Everyone heard about the term karma. In it, everyone, sure. So, but we never heard about these types of karma. So what are these types of karma? So let's ask Krishna what he is saying. So one nice sloka from 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. You can repeat after me. Karmanyo hapi bodhavyam bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi. Someone can read the translation? The English meaning which is there.
The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is.
Yes. So first line says the intricacies of action are very hard to understand. So basically all the coders who are there, you can see when you're coding, if there is any one aspect which is dynamic, you know how difficult it is to code. But in this karma, all the aspects are dynamic. Then how complex it is. So from this we can understand karma is very complex. We cannot decide what it says. So all the aspects are dynamic and it's very complex. So there are three terms given: action, forbidden action, and inaction. In Sanskrit, these are called karma, vikarma, and akarma. So karma means like this: punya, good karma, doing some charitable work, building schools, hospitals, vagera vagera. We call karma. And there good karma leads to enjoyment. So whatever we do, we shall reap. So similarly, if we do good karma, we get good enjoyment. If you do bad karma, you have to suffer for that. So now the question is, where we can decide whether the activity, whatever we are doing, is correct or incorrect. So where is that benchmark or some reference? So how can we tell or justify the work, whatever we are doing? Is it good karma or bad karma? Is it punya or papa? How we can decide? Any answers?
Intelligence. Why intelligence?
Intelligence, okay. So let's take an example. So there is a drunkard. This is what happened in IIT Bombay. So once what happened, all our sessions will be giving. This is the Bhagavad Gita sessions we were giving. So one drunkard came to the session. So he also, there in the session, he attended the whole session. At the last, he took the beads and did mantra meditation also. And what happened? He went outside. But he didn't give the beads back. So in one hand he has a bottle and one hand he has a beads. And going out he's telling, I go to ISKCON. So just coming to the other side. So intelligence. So how do that intelligence develop? So that this person also has intelligence, right? This drunkard also has intelligence. According to him, he tells that drinking is very good, you drink. But someone will tell, no, drinking is bad. So whom to believe? Got the point? So where is the difference? So just like if you see in the max, we have these graphs, right? X-axis, Y-axis. So we take the reference from origin and then we point the plots. So similarly, where is the reference for this to tell some activity is good or bad? Intention, yes.
Scriptures.
Yes, exactly, scriptures. So scriptures say what is good and what is bad. And someone is telling intention and someone is telling intelligence. So how do these intentions will become good? Or how can we develop that intelligence? By reading the scriptures. So basically we'll get the discrimination power, which is good and which is bad by reading the scriptures. So got the point? The benchmark is scriptures. So when we read scriptures, we understand which is good and which is bad. And then we can decide whatever actions are we doing, either good or bad. So in this present world, we can see many people coming and giving their opinions. According to me, in my view, heard about this? And who cares about your views? Read scriptures. Got the point? So by reading scriptures, intelligence develops. Another wonderful shloka. Etvetat apyasuyanto nanu tishtanti me matam sarvagnana vimudamstan vitti nastana chetasah. English translation, anyone?
But those who out of envy disregard these teachings and do not follow them regularly are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, be fooled, and ruined in their endeavors for perfection.
Yes. So we discussed three terms: karma, vikarma, akarma. So what is this karma? So activities which are given in the scriptures, or basically whatever punya, whatever you are doing. And next, vikarma. Vikarma means which are against the scriptures, that is papa. And akarma means the activities which are given, or let's say those actions which don't have any reaction. So if you follow karma, do punya, you will get reaction. If you do papa, you will get reaction. Maybe good reaction or bad reaction, that depends. If you do punya, what you will get? Good reaction. If you do papa, bad reaction. That is saying that karma will give good reactions. Bad karma gives bad reactions, papa. And the term called akarma. Akarma means the activities which we do but don't give any reactions. So that is called akarma. So where do we get this akarma? Akarma means following Bhagavad Gita. So if we do our activities, daily activities, if we do according to Bhagavad Gita, then we don't have any reactions. So why do we follow akarma? Why should we follow? Another question. So karma, if you do, the same reactions will be happening. So if we do some work, the reactions will be happening. And to enjoy or suffer those reactions, we have to take another birth. Again, we have to start from A, B, C, D, A for apple again. So if you do akarma, need not have another life. Need not struggle like this. We will get final perfection of human form of life. So which we will discuss in the future sessions. What is perfection of life? Karma in depth, there we will understand. So whatever we are discussing today is just a slight description. I'm just touching what is karma. So in future session, in advanced sessions, we will get karma in depth. So there we will discuss what is akarma more. Got the point? So next. So there are basically 4 vikarmas. N number of vikarmas are there, N number of papas are there. So basically we divide into 4 things. One is intoxication. Next, nudity, illicit sex, gambling. So illicit includes premarital affair or extramarital affair. Whether you believe it or not, this is what given in the scriptures. So in the Bhagavatam 3rd canto, 5th canto, last chapter, describes what kinds of hells are there, all this stuff. So we have to avoid all this stuff, all the sinful actions. So we have to suffer for all these sinful actions. And this is called akarma, doing activities according to Bhagavad Gita. So which we don't get any reaction. So what is this? What is akarma? Eme matam idam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto nasuyanto mucyantepi karmavihi. Translation?
Those people who execute their duties according to my injunctions and who follow this teaching faithfully without envy become free from the bondage of individual passion.
Yes. So what is this bondage described? So binding in this material world and taking birth again and again, suffering. So when performs akarma according to Bhagavad Gita, he did not take birth again and suffer like this. So this is what akarma means. Another question comes: do animals create new cycle of action and reaction? Do animals create a new cycle of karma? How many of you say yes? No? No. So animals do not create any next cycle of karma. How many of you say yes? Yes? Maybe? बाकी लोग क्या हैं? So some of you are telling yes, some of you are telling no, some are telling maybe. So let's see. So basically animals, coming to the animal species, what happened? So they have got these bodies, animal bodies. So in these animal bodies, they don't create any cycle of karma again. Because they don't have higher intelligence. But human beings, we got higher intelligence. So animals are basically programmed to do 4 things all the time. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. If you take all the animal species, they do only these 4 things. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. And nothing else. And according to their past karma, they were put into these animal bodies and being suffered. Since they are already in this program, eating, sleeping, mating and defending, and there is no other program is done. So they don't have any higher intelligence to think about God. So we all are people, educated people. So our devotees came and told you, so and so program is happening, please help. Please come here. And some of you got from information through your friends. So some of you got information and came here. Yes or no? But no animal can come here. Yes or no? So because they don't understand what is Bhagavad Gita, they don't understand what is God. But few human beings, we got this intelligence, higher intelligence to understand what is God, what is scriptures. Understand? So that's why we got this intelligence, we have to take this step. Since animals don't get this intelligence, they don't get the karma. So there is no new cycle of karma created in animal species. But since we got it, humans will got this higher intelligence to think about God, scriptures. So we have got this cycle of action and reaction. So you may have many doubts, so you can keep everything in your mind. So after the session we'll discuss all the doubts, okay? So human life is like a junction where you can create a new karma, new cycle of karma. So if you do good karma, you'll get to maybe heavenly planets, whatever, vagera, vagera. If you do bad karma, again down. So there are few things which are already done or predicted in our life. For example, how much money we are earning, that is also predicted. How many grains we are gonna eat, how many food grains we are gonna eat, they are also fixed. Yes or no? Another point I will tell you. Our life partner also decided. So, ज़्यादा tension लेने हैं. So like this, there are few aspects which are already decided in our life. So the junction is given, the situation is decided. But at that point of time, what action or how you are responding, that depends on you. Got the point? But there are people who say, "Arey Baba, everything is fixed in our life. Kuch nahi karne. So whatever is coming is coming. Whatever is going, going. You don't do anything." So this is called escapist mentality. Khana to karna hai, and is telling all this stuff. So basically situations are fixed. Your number of breaths are fixed. Your grains are fixed. Your life partner are fixed. How much money you are earning. So all these are junctions. And at that point of time, which direction you are going to or how you are responding depends on you. And if you do good karma, another cycle. If you do bad, another cycle. Maybe good or bad. But if you do akarma, according to the scriptures or Bhagavad Gita, there is no karma or there is no new cycle of karma. So this is how human life is a junction. So how we are taking different bodies. So Bhagavad Gita says in 2nd chapter, you can repeat after me. Vasamsi jinani yata vihaya Navani grihnati naroparani Tata sharirani vihaya jinani Anyani samyati navani dehi. So in this particular presentation I mentioned so many slokas. So just to tell this, so whatever we are hearing, so there should be some reference or proof where it is mentioned. We cannot just believe blindly. So we all are educated people. Understand? So we have to hear what the people are saying, whether they have proofs. Is it given in the scriptures or not? If you are telling it's true, so tell me the sloka where it is given, which scripture it is given. So we all educated people should be in this way. Then we can be very nice in our life also in future, either in spiritual life or in the material life. So someone can read this translation.
As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and unless ones.
Yes. So one of the previous sessions we saw Dehi Nashmin Yata Dehi Kaumarim Yavaram Jara Tata Dehantara Prapti Dhirasatra Namuyati. The soul, as in the childhood, it passes to youthhood and later old age, and finally after death it passes to another body. So that mechanism is given here. So how we remove the old clothes and take the new garment. So similarly the soul, when this body gets worn out, it takes another body. So now question may come. Another body is there. How do we get another body? Which kinds of bodies are there? What kind of bodies are there? So that is given in Vishnu Puran. Let's see. Jalajanava Lakshani Stavara Laksha Vimshati Krimayo Rudra Sankyakaha Pakshinam Dasha Lakshanam त्रिंशल्लक्षाणि पशवः चतुर्लक्षाणि मानुषाः So Jalaja Navalakshani. Navalakshani means 9 intelligent. Stavara Laksha Vipshati. Laksha means translation है ना समझ ठीक है. So you can see all this here. So the translation says there are 900,000 species in living the water. So there are activities Navalakshani 9 lakh species of aquatics in the water. So similarly Laksha Vimshati Stavara. So Stavara means all these plants, trees, vagera vagera. So there are 1 lakh species. Krimaya Rudra Sankyaha Pakshinam Dasha Lakshanam. So insects, and the number is given 11 lakh. And the birds, number is given 1 lakh species. And later 3 lakh varieties of animals or beasts, tigers, dogs, whatever. And finally human beings, 4 lakh human species. So what is meant by this species? I'm not talking about the number. I'm talking about the species. There's a 84 lakh species of life are present in the whole universe. So coming to this point, 4 lakh species of human beings. So there are totally 84 lakh species of life. In that, very less is human beings. 4 lakh species. So how do we distinguish these various species of life? So how do you distinguish 4 lakh species? How do we distinguish? Based on beard type, face type. So it's based on karma. Okay. So it's based on the consciousness of a person. So like we have civilized people, we have semi-civilized people, and there are uncivilized people. So in this way there are various species in human beings. So I don't go in deep into this. So just make this thing. So from this logo we can understand from Vishnu Puran that there are 84 lakh different types of bodies are there. Got the point? So after death of any living body, either dog or human being, bird, anyone. So the next body can be any one of these 84 lakh species. Got the point? So we get this cloth, right? If you go to any shop, any merchant here? No one? So if you take any goods, if you take, we have a manufacturing factory, right? So from where we'll get the goods. So similarly, Vishnu Puran says we have different kinds of bodies. The goods are coming from here, the 84 lakh species of life. So any one of the body we can get. Then how can we decide whether we'll get this particular body? Question, right? We cannot decide. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, repeat after me. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam Yajat ante kalevaram Tam tam evaiti kaunteya Sada tadbhava bhavitaha. Translation?
Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, the state he will attain without me.
Yes. So before we discussed that we get the next body by our past karma. Yes or no? But here it says whatever you remember at the time of death, that you will become. Aren't you seeing any contradiction in my statements? Yes? So how is it possible? Before we discussed our next body depends on our karma, and here Krishna is still like again, whatever you remember at the time of death, that you will become. How to take this? So basically understanding, so whatever karma we do in our life, and that only will come at the time of death, yes or no? So it is told in the medical science also proves. So we cannot remember each and everything in our life. Suppose you take, if your own childhood, just close your eyes and remember. So we cannot remember each and every point of our childhood. There are only a few things which you can remember. Or else if I ask you just now, so at this particular point of time, 6:45 p.m., what you were doing yesterday? Anyone can remember? Not anything. Maybe here and there. If you are in the class, you can tell, Prabhuji, I was in class. Or outside, we cannot tell. So basically, we don't remember each and everything in our life. There are few aspects, very deep impressions on our mind. Maybe someone hitting us in the class, or teacher, or something like this, which has very deep impressions on our mind. that will come at the time of death. So it's like a fast slideshow. Fat. Slideshow comes at the time of death. So at what particular point of slide, the soul leaves the body. And regarding that slide, we'll get the next body. So to understand this, I'll give you a small example. I'll ask you a small question. So those who are already attending my reading sessions, you already know this. So others can try this. So I'll just repeat the same example so that everyone can remember. So let's take a person's karma. According to a person's karma, one has to become a cockroach in his life. Let's take an example. But at the time of death, he is remembering palatial building. So what will be his next birth? Sorry? Yes. Whatever. Yes, it's correct. Exactly. So you become a cockroach in the next palatial building. So this is our karma depends on our thought process at the time of death. So whatever we do, we remember at the time of death. So there is no contradiction in the scriptures. So we should know how to understand that particular point given in the scriptures. So maybe everyone can please move a little forward. Many are yet to come. So this is the point which we are discussing here. So whatever you remember at the time of death, regarding that we will get in the next life. And how we can tell what we remember, whatever activities we are doing, that only will come at the time of death. Understanding? So which body will get? Previously visited, 84 lakh species. Is that any body we can get? Got it, mind? So let's go. So do we get the karmic reactions in the same life or the next life? Very, very big question. How many will you accept or tell that we have to suffer or enjoy the karmic reactions basically in this life only? How many will tell this? Yes, I can see good number of people. So how many of you tell that we need not suffer in this life, we have to take another birth to enjoy these reactions? I can see few of you. Yes. So there are two aspects here. Karma means instant karma and delayed karma. So yes, we suffer or enjoy the reactions of our karma in this life and also in the next life. So both the answers are correct. We don't know how it comes. So let's take an example of instant karma. Suppose you are going in a BMTC bus and there's a huge crowd, huge rush in the bus. And there is one female standing in front of you. And suddenly, by mistake, the conductor puts the brake. Driver puts the brake. And you fall on that door. And what is the instant reaction? Fart. So this is called instant karma. So the karma you fell on her. The instant karma is slap, instant reaction. So similarly, there is a delayed karma. So I will discuss an example from Mahabharata. So everyone knows Dhritarashtra? Who is he? Yes, father of Kauravas. Generally speaking, father of Kauravas. So once what happened? So after the Kurukshetra war, so all the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra were killed. And with that agony, Dhritarashtra went and asked Lord Krishna, Krishna, why it happened? All my sons were killed, not even one were refrained. All the 100 sons were killed. Why? Then Krishna started telling his previous life. Oh Dhritarashtra, do you know what happened? 50 lifetimes before, you were a hunter. And at the one particular point of time, you tried to kill a father bird. But somehow, the bird escaped. And with that angry, you killed all the 100 birdlets, the children of that father bird. And the father bird, seeing that agony, seeing he cannot do anything. If you go, he also will be dead. So the father is suffering that agony, pain in the heart. And Krishna is telling, so that agony you are suffering right now. Because of killing those 100 birdlets, your sons were killed this life. Another question, oh, Krishna, okay, I accept whatever telling, I am accepting. But my question is, why to take 50 lifetimes again? Why to take? Then Krishna was telling, So to get 100 sons, we need a lot of punya. So to get one son, we need a lot of punya. And to beget 100 sons, how much punya we need? So all these 50 lifetimes, what are you doing? You are accumulating punya. So that to get beget 100 sons. Understanding? So this is the example of delayed karma. So there are two aspects. Instant karma and delayed karma. So the karmic reactions may affect in this life or in the next life also. Anything can happen. As we were discussing before, the intricacies of karma is very difficult to understand. But we don't know when which karma is going to act at what point of time. It's not in our hand. We cannot decide it. But it's going to affect. Another very important topic. Nothing happens in our life by chance. Please understand. Nothing. So as we discussed, I'll ask you one question. So what is luck? Luck means fortune. Or basically telling it's good karma. So someone will get a lottery or whatever it is. So we cannot just believe we just by chance it came. No. We have past credits, punya credits. So that's why you're getting lucky or whatever. And what is many people say free. A free mein dunga I karke. And especially this is basically in mindsets of female Indians especially. If you keep anything 50% discount, everyone start chalo just buy this. So this mentality somehow came into boys also these days in the males. So nothing comes for free except decisions and prasad after that. So only spiritual life, by the mercy of Krishna, we can get something and for free. But in a material life, we have to remember nothing comes for free. Because whatever we have past karma we have done, either punya or bad karma, we get that. So we can see many startups coming in the picture. If you are there, they struggle for decades together, but they will not be successful. There are few startups without taking much task or interest, they just boom like anything. How is it happening? And there are many recent days, Instagrammers, influencers are there. Many great people come, social influencers. They put videos, they'll get case 100, 200 likes. And similarly, imitating, one person is trying his best to make some video and put. He's not getting anything. Why is it so? Let me give another question. How many of you have or already played cricket? Cricket? Cricket is my favorite sport. In my childhood, I used to play very much. So there are how many team players in the cricket team? 11. So how many of us are playing in the whole India at least? Almost every child plays cricket. So can everyone go into that cricket team? Isn't it? Even if you are a very good player, there is no chance. We cannot guarantee it. Yes or no? So basically we are coming to a point that it's called karma. So whatever actions we have done, that reactions will come for sure, either good or bad. Got the point? So there is nothing free in this here. So why do bad things happen to good people? Have you asked this question any time? At least I have. ये अच्छा बंदा है, इतना अच्छा काम करते हैं, why he is suffering so much? इतना दुख क्यों इनका जीवन में? We have seen his life. Yes or no? The person is very nice, very good behavior, everything is proper, but he has to go through some suffering. Why is it so happening? भगवान है कि नहीं? लोग पूछते ना. So to understand this, I got a small story for you. So this instrument is called silo. In the village, all the farmers use this. So after getting grains, so they put this. It's like a storage of grains. So one day what happened? This is the farmer. He has one small child. So one particular year, he got very bad qualities of grains. He just stored in this silo. And the next year, that farmer got very good number of grains, means very good quality of grains. And he just stored in this same silo. And his child is there, few years old, he is seeing all this. Father putting the good quality of grains, he is watching this. And finally, housewife told, Papa, jaiye, grains leke aiye. Get the grains. And the farmer is opening and get the grains. It's like an outlet, inlet you can see now. From top, inlet is there, all the grains were put. From down outlet, the grains were taken out whenever we need to use. And this farmer is getting the grains. And the child is saying all the bad grains are coming out. He is not understanding how is it possible. He saw that good grains were kept in the top. But the bad grains are coming from the down. How is it possible? This child was in a dilemma. So we all people can see many good people are getting these bad reactions, suffering, because we don't know what they have done in the past. Understanding? We don't know what they have done. So that's why we think like a small foolish child. This child didn't see that father is keeping bad quality of grains previous year. But he saw good grains in this year. And he's thinking bad grains were coming, but not the good grains. So similar, we all like the small children. We didn't see what happened in our past. We can see many politicians. Yes or no? So itna ganda kaam karte hai. He's enjoying life very nicely. How it's possible? He's doing all the nonsense. He's enjoying. So this is what happening. Past some punya is there, and the grains were coming now. Got the point? And later another thing again comes. Why bad things happen to good people and why good things happen to bad people? Same answer. It's only because of our previous karma. But the thing is, we don't know that. So that's why, like the small child, we ask the questions. Why do bad things happen to good people? So got the point? So in the starting I showed a few slides. Some are beautiful, some are educated, some are talented. So this is what the reason is. So even in our life also same thing happening. If we are enjoying or some good thing happening in our life, it is because of our previous karma. And if a bad thing is happening, it is also because of our previous karma. So one most important thing I would request all of you. So this philosophy applies only to oneself. So we should never do that. A person is suffering something. You should get beaten like this. We should not tell like this. We should be pitiful and help him. But if the same thing happening in our life, some bad thing happening in our life, then we have to apply this principle of karma. So okay, I applied this. I did some bad karma, that's why I'm suffering. So I request with folded hands, level, do this. If anyone is suffering, try help them. But never tell these dialogues. So we have done bad things, so you have to suffer. No. Understanding? This is a very, very important point. Or else if anyone does this bad thing, and the person will be asking, कहाँ से सीखा आपने? वो चारू कृष्णचरण प्रभु सीखा नहीं उधर, इसका में ऐसे बोलना पड़ेगा. So this is a very, very important thing. Philosophy applies to only oneself to implement in our own life. Next, good karma and bad karma nullify each other. So let's do small math. So by the way, this is not our school math. This is a karma math, spiritual math. So let's take 7 punya a person and 4 papa. So 7 punya and minus 4 papa. What is the answer? What is the solution for this? Yes? 3 punya. Okay. Yes? 0 punya. Okay. Any other answers? 4? Sorry, 74, huh? Arre baap re. Yes, any other? 7 punya? Sorry? It remains the same. Yes. Actual answer is same. So I told you it's not school science, school math, it's a law of karma math. So 7 punya remains the 7 punya. And 4 papa remains the same as it is. So there is no cancellation or nullifying each other. 7 remains 7, papa remains same. So now question is ignorance of the law is an excuse? Now we may have a question now, yes or no? So Prabhuji, before coming to this session I don't know anything. After coming I am getting scared. What is law of karma? Yes sir? So do an excuse is an answer? Because I don't know what are previous nonsense thing I have done. Maybe in this life or the other life. I don't know. Whether right or wrong, I don't know. But what to do now? Can we get excused? Yes, sir? Anyone? So whatever bad things we have done. So do you have any excuse for this? Or any concession? No. So some of you telling no. Yes, ignorance is not the excuse. So let's take an example. So you're going in a train for the first time in your life, and you got into the train, and TT comes and asks you a ticket. आप बोलते हैं ticket क्या होता है? I don't know. What is this ticket? You're coming for the first time. You don't know what this is. But we are expected to have ticket, right? Yes or no? You may be the next person after Satya Harishchandra. You may be speaking the truth itself. But we are expected to have a ticket, isn't it so? So there we cannot present our ignorance. Got the point? So similarly, there is no parking board is there, and you are parking there only, and you are telling, I don't believe in this. Is it proper? So we are expected to know this knowledge. So till now we don't know. No worries. So at this point of time, in this session, we learn. So can we remove this? Or can we get the solution for whatever bad karma you are doing? Yes, there is a solution. Whatever bad karma or good karma is there, with one solution, that is devotional practices or spiritual practices, we can nullify all this good karma or bad karma, reactions of our past life. So there are a few examples as I told. Child putting a hand in the fire. Chalega na? So there is no excuse. So similarly. So finally, because of ignorance, what happens? We commit some sinful activity because of ignorance. Because we don't know knowledge. We don't know whether this is right or wrong because we didn't read the scriptures. And because of the ignorance, we don't know what is correct and right, and finally we'll commit some act which may be right, may be wrong. And most of the times it will be wrong itself and sinful activity. And because of that sinful activity, we have to end up in suffering. Understanding? So human life is meant for this. We have got the higher intelligence. So let's take, even cats have got higher intelligence, dogs have got higher intelligence. So you observed cats, right? Even the owner, if he stays in the same home, when everyone are sleeping or not in the home, he just slowly goes into the kitchen and empties the whole milk container. So does not mean that cats don't have intelligence. So cats have intelligence, animals also have intelligence. But the thing is, they don't have higher intelligence. What we are discussing today. But human beings, we got this higher intelligence. Why am I suffering like this? Or why I have to work so much? Yes or no? So like this, who is God? What is my relationship with Him? Various questions we can ask. So this is called higher intelligence. Asking what is the purpose of my life? A dog cannot ask this. A cow cannot ask this. Yes or no? But in human beings, we got this higher intelligence to ask, to put these questions. What is the purpose of my life? So that's why we get the responsibility of life. If we don't follow this responsibility life, we have to end up again in suffering. So got the point? Yes? So why we have got higher intelligence? The purpose of life. So that's why we were put into the cycle of karma. And animals don't. So does my spiritual advancement depends on my past karma? What do you think? It depends? Yes? So many of you are telling yes. So let's ask Krishna. What Krishna says? So 48th shloka is one of the famous shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. So can you repeat after me? Niha vikramanasoste pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Translation?
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminutions, and a little advancement in the path protect one from the most dangerous type of thing.
So if you make little advancement in the spiritual life, let's take, we are chanting Hare Krishna today, we're doing mantra meditation. The one round what are we doing, it will remain the same, even if you are taking the future births also. But if you take the material things, like we are studying, many of you are educated engineers, software, whatever it is. And in the next life, we'll start from A for apple. So from the same point we have to start in the next life. But the spiritual process is not like that. From where you have ended, from the same point we resume again. So let me make you two statements. So it's not that for the first time all of you are coming here and attending these sessions or reading Bhagavad Gita, doing mantra meditation. This is not for the first time. We have done many lifetimes. But the point is, we couldn't perfect it. In the middle we left. We left the body and took a new birth. And Krishna gave another chance. And last time you missed it, I'll send my devotees, Festival of Enlightenment cards rahega, le lijiye IE sessions mein. So like this. So wherever we left, from there we'll resume again. So all of us practiced bhakti, read Bhagavad Gita, did mantra meditation in our previous life. But somehow or the other we missed it. We couldn't finish it and we got the another chance. So it's an important point for now for all of us to take this human form of life as a wonderful opportunity and go progress in the spiritual life. So in the few slides before you have seen, right, there are 84 lakh species of life, and in those only 4 lakh species of life are like human beings. So can you understand how fortunate are we getting this human form of life? So there is one nice bhajan our Vaishnava describes. So he says this human life is very, very rare. And how it is? Kamala jala jala jeevana talapala. So have you seen drops of water on a leaf after rain? Yes? So how long can it stay? Just some time. Just moves away. Have you observed bubbles in a water? Where you're taking bath? Just a fraction of a second, just burst. So similarly, our human form of life is also something like that. Just like a bubble in the water. We don't know when it's gonna burst. And we don't know what life are we going to do in the next life. Which body we're gonna get. We don't know. Whatever past we had in the scene of Dhritarashtra we have seen. 50 lifetimes before. We got to know about Dhritarashtra from Mahabharata. What about us? We don't know what we have done. So it's very important point for all of us, especially for me also, to take this wonderful opportunity of human form of life seriously and practice bhakti. So this is what? So these spiritual credits are like this. So in a technical term, in Sanskrit, so spiritual credits are called Sukruti or spiritual punya. Whatever activities are doing, mantra meditation. So in the next week we are going to Sri Rangapatna, one of the pilgrimage place, going that place, doing mantra meditation, attending Aarti, having prasada. So all will be deposited in us. It's like spiritual credit. Sukruti will be deposited in us. And this will have no end. Just like if we have bank accounts, we deposit the money. So this is also Sukruti, we deposit. And there is no withdrawal. It cannot diminish. You can see in the first line, there is no loss or diminution. There is no reduction. So spiritual credits or punya or Sukruti is like this. There is no reduction or loss. It's always permanent. It just keeps on increasing. It won't reduce. How beautiful, how nice it will be for bank account also will be the same. No reduction and increasing, keep on. Is that it? So like this. So but spiritual life which is there, it's always there. We'll continue it. There is no reduction or loss. So can we modify our past reactions? Very, very important question. Can we? No? Yes? Yes? No. Finally, I'm getting some answers very nice. So some of you are telling nice, yes or no. So Bhagavad Gita says, yes. We got a solution for this. Whatever reactions we have got, we can change it. So Krishna is telling in 2nd chapter 50th sloka. Buddhi yukto jahateha Ube sukruta dushkrute Tasmad yogaya yujyasva Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Translation?
A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reactions even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga. This is the art of all yoga.
Yes. So Krishna is giving a solution here. So whatever actions we have done previously, either bad or good, so we can get the solution for all of this. So we need not worry now. Understanding? So you have done something bad. Okay, no worries. Krishna is giving the assurance. If you are always engaged in devotional activities, in the service of the Lord, we can change this. Both good and bad. So if we do good things, we have to take another birth to enjoy. Yes or no? Again we have to start from ABCD. And if we do bad also same thing, again another birth. Again ABCD. So Krishna is saying, why to take another birth? Be in the spiritual all the time. Be always happy. And he is assuring this. all the good reactions and bad reactions, everything will be eradicated just by performing this bhakti process. So we have a very nice example of Srila Prabhupada himself. When he went to the West, there were all hippies, as we discussed in the starting. All the hippies, all the drug addicts, on the road only they do all the nonsense activities. Such sinful people, just like an animals. At least we Indians are not like this. Those sinful people got their hearts completely changed just by doing this bhakti, devotional practices. And their hearts were changed so much that they are coming to India and preaching us what is bhakti. Yes or no? So since we are born in India, we have a very wonderful opportunity for us. We did not waste this life again. Let's practice bhakti intensely and get rid of all this cycle of birth and death. Understanding? So we got solution finally. Krishna has given us. So this will help us dealing with the adverse situations in life. So I'll just share you 3 aspects for which we discussed for the past 1 hour. So how to deal with the adverse situations? Adverse means what we are telling, mentioning that the karma, the bomb which is gonna blast in our life. So first thing is we have to accept whatever I have done. First most important thing. If I'm suffering, I have to accept something I have done previously. That's why I'm suffering. This acceptance should be there in us. If everyone can have this, it's very nice. And what happens after accepting this, following this spiritual life, this will give a lot of strength in us, a lot of strength. So to my realization, so 3 years back, 2019, I think so, I was attending all these sessions. All the sessions which you are attending. So karma is one of the sessions which really helped me in my life. Almost my life changed, just understanding this reality of karma. And another session, karma in depth. This helped a lot in my life. So that's why I'm able to help you, all of you people here, serving all of you with this wonderful realizations and the teachings. And second most important thing is, suffering, the burden of sin reduces. So we say this statement is there, right? Cloud has a silver lining. So similarly, whatever suffering we are having now, all the sufferings which we have done previous actions, previous papa we have done, and all will be removing. Means the sins are reducing. So it's a good point. What is there to feel bad about it? Understanding? So if we done good and if we are enjoying, something good I have done. It's a good point. And if something is bad happening, what a previous karma past papa is there, it's reducing. So where is the question of loss? Both are good. Isn't it so? Yes. And most going deeper into the spiritual life. When a person goes deeper and deeper in the aspects of spiritual life, he can come over these troubles, whatever we have in the life. So one nice example we have done. So there are many, I was mentioning, tomorrow Sunday morning, many people will come. All the family members also. Most of them are married. And most of them are in the higher positions in their material life. Many of them are CEOs, doctors, various things. Every day they do mantra meditation for 2 hours early in the morning. We all of us. 4 o'clock we'll have Mangalati and 5 o'clock around we'll start mantra meditation. Every one of them do mantra meditation for 2 hours. And just by chanting or doing mantra meditation for 2 hours, they sharing their realization. They said, personally telling, Prabhuji, by just chanting this 2 hours of mantra meditation, the whole next 22 hours are very nice. So we all are employees. We have a lot of things. While working, we have a lot of tension, pressure, whatever. So think about the CEOs and managers, how tension they feel. And they are practicing the spiritual life. And they are experiencing a lot of bliss in their life. After having so much of difficulty in their life. Yes or no? So it is very, very important to go deeper in spiritual life. Another most important example which I would like to share here is, so recently one of our devotee in the Sheshadipuram, we have a ICC temple, Kumar Swami layout. So there we have another big temple. It's called Cultural Center Karke. So there one devotee connected there. He has a family, wife, children, everyone out there. So recently, I think maybe 1 month before, maybe Anand Jagannath Prabhu. So he left his body in the bike accident, and his cremation was going on, cremation ceremony. So some of our senior devotees went there, and after going there, they can see there is not even a single drop of tears from his wife's eye. Husband was dead, and she's not crying. So this does not mean that she is stone-hearted, but she understood this aspect. So the person leaves this body and takes another body. And then whether you believe it or not, at that particular point of time, the spiritual master wasn't there, means he's a little physically challenged. So his spiritual master sent his own representative to attend this ceremony. And the spiritual master says somewhere else. Can you understand? We are dead somehow. And for our cremation ceremony, Prime Minister is coming. How do you feel? How great it is. Isn't it so? Or the representative of Prime Minister is coming to address our ceremony. How great thing is this? So such like that, for that person, spiritual master's assistant came to address that ceremony. How big thing it is. Understanding? So if we go deep into the spiritual life, this is what we'll get it. Complete bliss. And we can deal with whatever adverse situations we have in our life. Got the point? So with this, I would like to end my session or discussion. So if you have any questions, you can put forward. If I don't have any answer for your questions, I'll check with my superiors and we'll come back to you. Any questions? So another 5-10 minutes we'll give for question answer session. Any questions? No questions? Please.
As you told, like animals don't have the karma, they don't have the karma. But like how the animals is street without and they are wanting somebody is in a bungalow or rich home. How?
Yeah. So basically I mentioned the point, they don't create new cycle of karma. So whatever they have in the previous life, they're either suffering or enjoying. So basically take even dogs, whatever animals we take. So basically they're suffering only. So they didn't get even proper food. If you say that dog has done some punya, maybe get birth in some palatial building, staying in sofa, sleeping on the bed. So like this. So if we take any animals also, so basically no another cycle of karma is created. So whatever past karma they have, they're enjoying there or suffering there. So new cycle. Got the point? Understand that answer your questions?
But they can't improve all these things.
So yeah, this is a process called evolution process. So as I told you, 84 lakh species of life is there. As we mentioned, 84 lakh species of life. The spirit soul, the evolution of the spirit soul happens from the Jalaja Navalakshani, from these aquatics, and to the insects, then to the birds, then to the beast, and then to the human being. So this dog, whichever example we are taking, in a particular example animal. So in that body, that soul is suffering. So after reducing that suffering, it gets another body. Understanding? And then evolution starts. And finally, he will get to the point of human being again. And in the point of human being, if he does again sinful reactions, he may glide down again. Understanding? Got the point?
Another question.
Please.
If like in human, how much we can do spirituality so that we can be passed from this life? Like,
Yes.
is there any limit or boundary kind of thing is there? Like we're doing okay, we'll do daily or weekly or monthly or yearly. But what is that the limit or
Point.
boundary?
You would ask me, last point. So there is no exact question of point. So generally we have a lot of desires, material desires. So basically we have to do the spiritual life, what you are doing, we have to do intensely. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. So intensely means having that desire that I have to cross the cycle of birth and death. Understanding? You got that desire. And accordingly we have to practice this bhakti process also. So let's say an engineering student, whoever is there, intermediate 11th, 12th pass student is there, and he want to crack the exam, MSET, whatever KSET, COMET, whatever is JEE. So to crack that exam, he has that desire, that intensity. Accordingly, he will practice his, prepare for his examinations. Yes or no? So similarly, so to cross this cycle of birth and death, need not get another life, in the similar intensive way, we have to practice this bhakti. So how much to practice? So we have a procedure. So generally what we follow, basically in ISKCON, so we every day wake up in the morning, we'll chant 16 rounds for 2 hours and attend Aarti, hear the classes, discourses like this. So with the time what happens, you will get some realizations in your life after practicing. So there is a point where we are completely out of this desires, any material desires. We can have spiritual desires. completely out of material desires, and completely having only spiritual desires. At that particular point of time, you need not take another body in this material world.
That we can feel also.
Yes, you can feel it. So that is the experience given in the 9th chapter. Krishna describes this. So Krishna consciousness or bhakti is a science. So what is science? We have the experiment, we can apply it, and we can receive the result also. So even Krishna consciousness is the same. So we can practice bhakti. Try to chant every day. We can try to chant. It will be very nice to chant. And attending arati, hearing these kinds of discourses, and doing some service here and there for spiritual practices. So when we do all this, we can see change in our life. So for this process, I have given my life. Understanding this, I have seen some changes in my life. All the white color saffron dresses you have seen, all of them saw some change. So that's why they're volunteering for all this process. They're coming out, what is the need? Every one of them highly qualified employees. And what is the need for them to come out and show you past, please come for Bhagavad Gita? Because they have got something. They have experienced something. Got point? So there's the thing. Yes, we can experience that. And that point is that at a particular point of time, we are completely out of this material desires and completely associate with Krishna. At that particular point of time, we not take birth again. So this, I'm just to give a glimpse of this. So in future sessions, we'll this in deep, in a proper way. Yes. Yes, someone is raising your hand.
You already answered that.
Answer? Yeah. Yes.
I actually had this similar question, but one more thing, like if I have a dog, and that means he is at a certain, like 84, Janmu may say he's in one of them.
Yes.
So he cannot decide his next fate, like us.
Yes.
That means he has to go through all those 84,000, like minus one, to become a human.
Yes, exactly. He cannot decide it.
He cannot decide.
Yes, he cannot decide. But as a human being, we got a chance now.
We have that benefit.
Yes, we have that benefit. But still we can do something for dogs, animals also. We can just feed them some prasad. So what happens by feeding some prasad? The sukriti in them increases. So they may get chance also to get the immediately next human body. We don't know. So sometimes what happens? There is a nice history of Ramanujacharya. Heard about Ramanujacharya? Everyone? So once what happened in Melkote, there is one lake. So how many of you were there for previous spiritual retreat? I think, yeah, you were there. And many of them in the second level. So there is a lake where Ramanujacharya, 1000 years before, he had prasadam and he washed his hands in the river. And what happened? By just having those grains of small fishes came, and whatever he washed, those grains, fishes ate those grains. And immediately they left their body, got this spiritual bodies and went to Vaikuntha Paranyana, without taking another birth in this 84 lakh species of life. So that can happen. So we can be pitiful for all the animals, we can feed prasad or chant Hare Krishna so that they can hear. So their security will increase, they may get a chance to take human body also. Or they can pass through a long space in this evolution process. You have to take another animal body, 2 animal body, you can reduce one and go to the direct next. So this chance is always there. So you can help your dog. Yes. Please.
Chapter 2, Shloka 50, you said like if we take the path of yoga, we can definitely reduce our karma. But you also wrote 7 minus 3 is not 4. So this is a bit confusing.
Yes. Yeah, we cannot reduce it. Basically, there we are at that particular. By doing any material activity, we cannot reduce this. But spiritual activity can do this. Got the point? So, bhakti process have this thing. By ourselves, we cannot change anything. By taking the shelter of the process of devotional service, it can be changed.
Okay, it's a solution to that.
Yes. So there is a problem we discussed, and finally the solution what Krishna has given for this problem.
Okay. And I have one more question.
Please.
Like you told, like there are 4 lakh human things. Like our
Species.
Like are we are Homo sapiens? So is it like there are some 4 lakh minus 1 species, or does it mean behaviors? Like I am angry, someone is very calm, someone is a meat lover. So like are these 4 lakh behaviors, or what do you mean by species?
Basically, as I discussed already, we discussed it's a kind of consciousness of a person. So consciousness depends on the practice of the principles given in the scriptures. So we discussed it, civilized, semi-civilized, uncivilized. So civilized persons means those who are following the scriptures and going in the Krishna consciousness in the proper way, in God consciousness. So that's where she can change. So when we get closer to Krishna, so then we are called civilized. And we can see demigods, Varuna, Chandra, whoever are there. So demigods, they are higher to human beings. So they also come under human species itself. But they are higher species, higher beings. In this 4 lakh species are there. Understanding? So it depends on the consciousness of a person, not behavior. So automatically when we have proper consciousness, automatically the behavior also will be proper. Yes? So last question we will discuss. So if any questions we can discuss during the dinner. Yes, one last
Thank
question.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, as you said, everything is decided, the money we earn, the food we consume, the life partner we're gonna have. But as you said, we can nullify. Are these things dependent upon the karma we have?
So the results which we discussed, grains, breaths, life partner, whatever. So it is done our material karma, what is done. So bhakti is that process that can change. As we discussed in 7-4. Finally Krishna gave in the 58th sloka, Ube Sukrita Duskrite. By practicing devotional service, all can be eradicated. Either good reactions or bad reactions. And we can see many people who are sannyasis all over the world. So generally life partner is already decided in their life. Now question will come. So already life partner was decided, then he has to get married, now he is not married. How? So when a person practices Krishna consciousness or bhakti, even they, whatever is their reactions, punya, bad karma reaction can be changed.
So when the karma is broken down,
Yes.
so we get total control of our life.
Yes, that's the point. Yes. So with this we'll end today's session. So more questions, more we can discuss during our dinner. Okay? So we'll start our mantra meditation for today. So everyone can stand up. You can relax for some time. So our devotees will give water to you. You can wipe out your hands and take the beads.
आप नहीं करना है No
So once you are done, you can take your seats.
No signal. No signal.
Got the beads? So how many of you are coming for the first time here on this session? Yes, I can see good number. So can I get one more bead? I'll just show you. Yes. So those who are coming for the first time, I'll tell you how to chant. So the thing which we are doing is mantra meditation. So what are we doing? While chanting, we hold the beads in this way. So there is a thread over here, it's called Krishna bead. So we don't touch the index finger. With the middle finger we hold it and hold in this way. So we chant the mantra. So one mantra if we chant, we'll move once, one bead. After chanting one mantra, one bead. It's not like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So not like this. After chanting one full mantra, we'll move it. So totally there are 108 beats. So we'll chat for 1 hour. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes of your time. Okay? So let's start. So everyone can be in a meditative posture. Close your eyes. So for the next 10 minutes, we're doing this mantra meditation. So as we discussed in the session, so bhakti or mantra meditation process has this power of nullifying any actions which we had done. So understanding the power of this mantra meditation, let's start our chanting today. And you all can repeat after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Shri Advaita Gadadhar,
Shri Advaita Gadadhar,
Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So while we are chanting, we just try to hear the mantra and chant. Nothing else doing. We are hearing and chanting, hearing and chanting, hearing and chanting. The whole process is this. In middle, I'll tell you to stop for some time, and then we'll have small talk, and then we'll start chanting again. Okay? So you can go with the chorus with me. So the last part of mantra is not Rama, it's Ram. So let's all chant together in a chorus. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Slow down your
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Slowly stop your chanting. Slowly stop. So while you are chanting, if you can hear it, at least one mantra, one full mantra of Hare Krishna mantra, all the 16 syllables, 16 words, 32 syllables. If you can at least hear one mantra, I definitely know many of you are hearing, able to hear many more. But since at least you can hear at least one full mantra, that will be our success for this attempt today. So with full concentration, we try our best to bring back the mind on the mantra. Let's start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Slow down your chanting.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Slowly start chanting. So for the last 3 times, if at all anyone missed to hear the mantra properly, let's take one more opportunity. Let's chant 3 times again, very loudly, with full intensity, so that we can hear the whole mantra fully. So let's start for the last 3 times, everyone together, loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Keep your eyes closed. Feel the vibration after chanting this intense mantra meditation. So now let's pray to each and every living entity in this world who was stuck in the cycle of action and reaction, basically in the cycle of karma, so that everyone may get delivered, may come out of this cycle of karma. So now we'll pray for all of them by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra very loudly for all of them, but this time within the mind, without opening the mouth. Let's start. Yes. Now slowly and gently open your eyes. Welcome back. So you all can hand over your beads to the volunteers. They will come, volunteers will come for you. You can sit. So I'll make a few announcements now. So every Wednesday we have reading sessions over here. Evening 8:30 people. 8:30. So we have a good number of people coming here. So what we have done is hearing today about this Bhagavad Gita. So on Wednesdays what we do, we'll sit together and read the book Bhagavad Gita and the other books. And we can analyze ourselves what is given in the Bhagavad Gita. And if you have any doubts, we can have a discussion and we can have a personal mentorship. So it's 8:30 every Wednesday. So after the program, we'll have a dinner prasadam as well, as usual, here itself. And the most important thing, so to help you, all of you, every day, so we have recorded Bhagavad Gita, all the 700 slokas. It's like a video series. Every verse will have the explanation of just 10 to 15 minutes. So you can watch every video, one video, every day. So that in future you can complete the whole Bhagavad Gita by just sharing this video series. So we have a YouTube channel called ISKCON Rightfield. You can subscribe to that. And also our volunteers will share the links in the YouTube channel. So every day one sloka will be released. Bhagavad Gita, you can watch that. Okay? And one of the most important announcements, so next Saturday, so we'll not be having the session. So we all are going for the spiritual retreat to Sri Rangapatnam. So the next session will be only the next Saturday. Okay? So we'll go to the next program of our session. So everyone can turn towards the Lord. We'll have Aarti.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare